Thank you so much for that kind introduction. You're so wonderful, and it's been just so wonderful working with you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today, and thank you so much for the organizers. I mean, this is a fantastic event. And we from Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation are really very happy to be here to speak with you today. And thank you for letting us into your community to speak with you. Um, so about 2 years ago, I received a call from Pat Sanders, out of the blue, really. And she had come to us, I believe, at one of the major medical conferences that the Research Foundation attends. And she told me about her foundation, 50 Hoops. And she said, Mary, we often, do a lot of events for around prostate cancer and around other cancers, she said. However, recently, I have come to know about many people in the community who have been diagnosed with multiple myeloma. We don't know much about this disease, but clearly more and more people are being diagnosed with this. And we would really like to branch out on our educational activities to be able to educate our communities about multiple myeloma. And we'd like to do it with you. And I said, okay, that's a good deal. So, and as Pat said, it has taken us some time to get to the point to where we are today. But in any event, after moving mountains and all the different things that we had to do, here we are. It looks like, Daniel, you're having some technical difficulties. Oh, all right. So I guess I'll just go without my notes. But anyway, so as we move forward, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event. I'd like to thank Bristol Myers Squibb, Amgen, and Takeda for helping us with this educational activity. We wouldn't be able to hold events like this without their support, so we thank them. They are a very strong partner with us in the multiple myeloma community, helping to develop new medicines for patients who have multiple myeloma. So let me just tell you why we are here. The main reason that we are here is that multiple myeloma as a cancer is at least 2 to 3 times more prevalent in the African American community than in any other ethnic community. So we need to bring awareness to this disease. And why do we need to bring awareness to this disease? Multiple myeloma is not a very prevalent cancer. There's many fewer people who get multiple myeloma compared to the number of people who get breast cancer or prostate cancer or lung cancer. So multiple myeloma is really only about 30,000 people diagnosed every year, compared to hundreds of thousands of people who are, maybe 150,000 people get diagnosed with lung cancer every year. So there's just not that many people diagnosed with this disease. That leads to another problem, which is that when you go to your doctor and you have certain signs and symptoms and you're speaking to your doctor about it, the first thing that your doctor is going to think of for what might be ailing you is not going to be multiple myeloma. Because how many patients do you think that doctor sees a year who has multiple myeloma? Very few. So it's not really top of mind to your doctor, or really any doctors. So we need to make sure that when you are having certain signs and symptoms that we are teaching you about today, that when you speak to your doctor, you say, I'm having this symptom. I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. Could you test me for multiple myeloma and see if that's what I have? Because it really can be diagnosed with a very simple test. But the doctor needs to be able to recognize the fact that that's a possibility of what you might have. So this is the reason why we're here today, to raise awareness in the African American community that this disease is more prevalent for you than for other ethnicities, and that the rates of death in multiple myeloma are also higher in this community as well. There's good news and there's bad news, and I will talk about that in my program later on when we talk more about signs and symptoms. But the reason we are here today is to raise awareness on this disease in your communities. And with Pat's help, we're bringing this message nationwide this year and next year to really raise awareness on this disease. So that's why we're here. We're located in Connecticut. We do educational events all across the U.S. And to bring awareness and knowledge to multiple myeloma patients. And so this is how we hope to be able to help you. And as Pat said, it's the ripple effect. Maybe you're not a patient who has multiple myeloma. Maybe you don't know someone who has multiple myeloma, but maybe somewhere in your travels you'll meet someone who has multiple myeloma. And you'll be able to, recognize the signs and symptoms that they have, talk to them about their disease. It's important to know what types of treatments are out there that are the best types of treatments for people who have myeloma, because myeloma is a very complicated disease, much more complicated than other types of cancer. So if you're talking to a doctor that doesn't have a lot of knowledge about myeloma, it's best that you know. If I have myeloma, or if my mother has myeloma, or if my father has myeloma, I know that they need to have a triplet regimen. I know that they need to have a stem cell transplant, because these are the most effective treatments. A little louder? Okay. Okay, how's that? Okay, sorry. I'll talk really close. Anyway, okay, so I'm almost done, and we'll go over this again when I talk a little bit later in the program, and I'll get my slides fixed, Daniel. I'll send them to you in an email or something, and that'll fix them. So, okay, so we'll get that fixed. So, yes. No, a little bit later, right, Pat? I don't know how we are doing for time, but there's going to be a lot of segments for question and answers during the program. So certainly if you have a question, save it, and we'll answer it, okay? Write it down so you don't forget. So, okay, so that was really all I wanted to say up front, and then, we'll talk more again. But again, thank you for having us here, and I hope that we can give you guys some good knowledge today about myeloma that you can carry back to the community.